Hey guys, this is Matt for Creative. Now today we're doing a video on the new, well at least to me, the Impossible Burger is now available at some real retailers like Target. For the longest time I've had Impossible Burgers at places like Bear Burger and Burger King and other places around that actually cook it for you, and that's basically how I've had it. But this is the very first time I've been able to cook this at home and actually prepare this in a way that, you know, is not restaurant made. So I made it the way that I do. Now for the longest time I've been making traditional burgers, and whenever I do that I make it with steak seasoning, Old Bay, garlic powder, and what's that last one? Worcestershire sauce. And I think that makes everything come together and it's delicious. And then when Beyond Burger and their Beyond Beef came to be available in places like Target, I started making that as well. And that had a great consistency and really made like these thick, robust burgers. Now I found this, and as far as I can tell, it's a little bit more expensive because for $8.99 you get 12 ounces of the beef. I think it was $8.39 for 16 ounces of the Beyond. So it's going to be a little bit more. You can also get the Beyond in little pre-made patties, but I prefer to have these as the block so I can kind of mix things up all together, and it kind of just works out for me. So I've been having burgers for all of my life. I've been having these in restaurants. I've had the Beyond in restaurants and here. But again, I make this my own way. I cook it. I like a little bit of crispiness on top. You can probably see here I have these in potato buns, which were kind of made a little bit crispy because I put them in the oven too. And I will be dipping this in ketchup and mustard. I do have some pickles that I'm going to put on later for myself, but for the sake of trying this, I'm going to be comparing this to more of what I've had in the past, maybe not what you've had. So we'll see about the consistency, the thickness, the taste. Is it a robust burger like Beyond, or is it more like Whole Foods, which they actually have these dollar frozen patties, which I think taste good, but they are a lot more airy than the Beyond ones have. So I literally just took this off the pan. Let us dip this in some ketchup, because that's the way that I have always eaten this. And look how thick this is first. Take a look at this. Out of that 12 ounces of beef, I just made 2 burgers. I didn't make maybe 4 burgers because that's what I usually do with 16 ounces, and they're a little bit small, but these are thick. These are big, big burger boys. Oh, that is good. All right, there is one thing that actually I did a little bit different this time, and it's only because I ran out of something. I did not put steak seasoning on it, I just put salt instead. But that means salt with Old Bay, with garlic powder, with Worcestershire sauce. And this really brings it together. Even though I dipped it in ketchup, which is literally my favorite thing, as you can probably see here, the flavor of the burger, it's robust. The potato bun on there is kind of crispy and airy, but you can definitely taste the thickness of the meat here. And the way that you can tell Impossible from Beyond is they use soy protein in the beef. You can actually even see it here, and it kind of looks like red beef, and you'd think that would be artificial coloring, but no, it is actually part of the soybean. It's like hemo something, but it really looks real. In comparison to the Beyond Beef looks a little bit gray, and literally just next to each other, my mind was thinking, okay, the Beyond looks a little bit old, but they're not. They're exactly the same. They're all, you know, but it's just this emulates that kind of raw beef look a little bit better. But this tastes good, and I'm really happy about being able to make this at home. Let's try another little bite. So the one thing that I always think with Beyond, when I make it at home, because when I have it out there, usually the experience is much different. They cook it in a way that I wouldn't. They have different sides like fries and whatever else. But when I control everything here, and I make the Beyond Beef burger at home, it's kind of chewy. Now I did cook this the same way that I did the Beyond one. The Beyond one was chewy, and in a way that it's like a very robust meal and chewy and thick. This one is not really chewy. It does emulate a burger more than the Beyond, at least in my mind, with the way that I've made this compared to traditional burgers. I think this does a great job. I think this is a really, really good option, and I know that this actually is going to be more than the Beyond Beef. I would go with the Impossible. I think it just works out in this case. I find it appealing enough I'm gonna have both of these together. Even if it was a Beyond or regular, I probably would have these both together too. It's been a long day, but I would recommend the Impossible beef slab over the Beyond. And that's not saying that the Beyond is bad. It's different, and that consistency the Beyond has after it's cooked is just a little bit more robust and thick, and maybe you like that more too. But this one emulates beef really, really well, almost in an impossible way. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to finish this off and put some pickles on to add some flavor, but I thought that they did a great job here. Don't forget, you can find me on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. I'm going to enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.